Ready?
Ready.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest episode of Snitchin'. It's your host, Kristen.
And Brittany, get ready for the best part of your day.
You made it, Britt. How was your
I made it.
weekend? Anyone who listened to Friday's episode, we had a really long work week. Britt had a very, very long work week. So
Very
we were excited for the weekend. How has it been so far?
good. I mean, I did get my vodka soda. It was kind of a force because this is the struggles of a working parent. It's like you work so hard, then you want to break, but then I'm like, I barely see my kids. Like I've seen them for like an hour each night. So
Mm,
I was like, I need to like do something with them. And Chris, I hadn't seen Chris in like 2 weeks because like I was away, he was away. So we went to the 99, which
love
was
the
fine.
nines.
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't like what I was envisioning, but
Mm,
that's
mhm,
okay.
mhm.
But that's okay. Needless to say, I slept fine and yeah. And then yesterday I did literally nothing.
Ugh, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, so I'm feeling better. We'll see. How about you? How's your weekend?
It was good. I went to my nephew's championship basketball game for their rec basketball league. It was so much fun. First off, they hired this DJ to be there. No one was working harder than the DJ. The DJ was like literally ripping like
I don't know
tunes.
if I've ever heard of that.
Brittany, I walk in, they have a light show going on,
Whoa.
and they announce the players. I was dying. It was so funny.
Wow. Oh my God, the boys must have loved that.
Oh, are you kidding? Yes. So, yes. So everyone's in their glory. Everyone's like very, everyone's nervous. It's the championship game. They have all of this hoopla going, on around the big game. Ross is the coach. So,
Oh.
needless to say, we were very invested. And the way that they do their games is that they have 8 periods and it's 5 minutes each.
Oh.
It's the best way to do it because on the scoreboard, you know what period it is, and they never stop the clock unless it's coach timeout, which only like really happens at the end.
Oh
So if there's a foul, if it goes out of bounds, the clock never stops running. It's so great. So it flew by. And every single period by the end, they were within three. So it was like and then they ended up going into overtime,
my God.
2 minute overtime. Our player, this kid, I can't remember his name, hits a 3-point shot. The crowd goes wild, of course. And like at that point, it was kind of ours to lose. I was crying, laughing. I looked over, Robbie was on the bench at that point when the 3-pointer was made. Kid went wild. The kid, he is no one's more excited
Yeah, that's so
than
cute.
Robert
Pure
McLean.
joy.
Oh my God. It was pure joy. And like, it was just so fun. We were all really into it. I was so happy for them that they won. They were so happy they won.
Oh.
And their whole team played really well. And I was very excited for Ross because Ross is like the coach that you want. He's not like, he doesn't get really wound up. He's not, very cool, calm, collected, what you would expect if you know my brother-in-law. He
Mm-hmm.
was into it. I mean, everyone
Oh.
was into it. So
Yeah, yeah. How could you not? I mean, the
how can
DJ,
you
the lights,
not? The
everything.
DJ, there was a hula hoop contest happening in between periods. Like it was intense. Yeah, so that was the highlight of my weekend, I would say.
I do gotta say, going back to like the periods, bless whoever made youth sports like the clock doesn't stop.
Blessed.
Bless.
Yes. Great
Because
call,
we
whoever
need
that
that. We
was.
need that. I remember being little and my watching my brother's hockey games in the clock, staring at that clock, and it was so painful. So bless whoever did that. I also have one other thing to say. So we're recording this on Sunday and it's 9:15 a.m., but it feels like 8:15 a.m. because we just had daylight savings.
Oh, was that? I thought that was tonight. Oh, did that already happen?
Yeah,
Oh my
it was last night.
God.
It's
It was
always on like a
last
weekend.
night.
Yeah.
No, because I was saying to Brittany, I'm like, my voice is so scratchy this morning. I don't know what, like, and I had like a chill night last night. That's the reason I'm saying now is I didn't realize I didn't get my full 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. But I gotta say, like, where do I sign up to like vote or like sign a petition? Like, we gotta get rid of daylight savings.
Wait, why?
Imagine if the sun set. So, like, right now, what we're in is the right time. So, like, if we didn't turn the clocks back in the fall, the sun would set at 5:30 instead of 4:30.
It would be great to, but you know what? I feel like this is like one of my favorite weeks of the whole year. I swear to God.
No, I get that. Like, now it's good, but it's like
Yeah.
it's in the fall. Like, when it goes, like, imagine if it never got dark before 5:30.
No, that's so true. You're right. We don't need it.
No, that's like so depressing and like that would make such a big impact on like your health and wellness. I mean, Casey Means talked about it in good energy. She was like daylight savings is like so bad for everyone's health. And like
Yeah.
plenty of other countries, like in Mexico, they don't do it.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah. Like a lot of other, I remember Aruba, they don't do it either. Yeah. I'm like, where do I like vote for that? Like, how do I change that? Someone tell me.
That's our pressing issue. That's what we advocate for is daylight savings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, girlfriend. But you know what I was doing yesterday? I don't know what happened yesterday. You know what I think it was? I woke up, I went and got my facial. I go to Glow Bar,
Hmm.
so it's like you
Oh,
have the
nice.
subscription. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's like a mini facial. Like it's like 30 minutes, but you don't pay as much. Yeah.
Oh, that I like that idea.
Yeah, it's like $60. So it's still like
Hmm.
not insignificant, but you know how facials are like $100 everywhere you
Yeah,
go?
no, I don't think 60's bad.
Yeah, so
60 a month?
60 a month. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. And then you get like perks and whatever. And so yeah, so I had my facial yesterday and I just was like, so I was just feeling like cleansed and refreshed. I had my
Mm.
coffee and it was like a nice little start to my day. And I was thinking, like, oh my God, this week with the warm weather and daylight savings, we need to make our bucket list for the spring, summer. And I talked about this
Oh, true.
yesterday. Yes.
True.
I told Melissa and Ross, I said, okay, we need to start writing down what are the things that we like want to do in the next 6 months, and then we'll pick our top ones. You want to know the one that Ross said that we're going to do that I love?
Oh, yay, what?
Block Island.
Oh, great call.
He goes, we've got to go down to Westerly. Apparently, like it's the spot to be at. The bars are right on the beach. It's so fun. And then he was like,
Oh.
we can take a ferry over to Block Island. We can do it for the day. So yes, I was
Oh, you
like,
can go there for the day?
yes.
Oh, I always thought it was like going to like Martha's Vineyard or like more like Nantucket. Like you had to take like a 2-hour ferry or something.
Well, Nantucket definitely like is not a day trip, but
Martha's
Martha's,
Vineyard, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
true.
But yeah, same type of deal, but I've never been. So that's on the list. So we need to think about it,
Oh,
Britt.
that's a good
What
one.
I know, what is on our bucket list?
I really want to go Saratoga. You would love
Yes,
Saratoga. All it is like a big tailgate.
I would
People
love.
sitting in a field.
Uh, nothing better.
Um, yeah, the first time I went to Saratoga, so like my dad is obsessed with it, my brothers are obsessed with it, my husband is obsessed with it, and like the guys always do a guys trip. But then like one year, some of the girls got in on it. I was like, all right, I want to go.
Love
And
that.
like I remember going, and it's like this big field, and then there's like you can go into like the arena where like the horse racing is.
Yeah.
And we were like walking in, and someone's like, "Oh, we're gonna go over there," and I was like, "No," like oh, pointing at like the field. And I was like, "No, we're gonna go and like watch the horses. We're not just sit outside." Sure enough, we were just sitting outside in the lawn, watching it on a big screen. And then the other thing is, I was like, this was before I had kids, and I was like, holy shit, there were so many kids here. Like, why are people bringing their kids to this like betting event? Like, what bad parents? And now I'm like, people brought kids there. Oh, I can bring my kids there. We can all go. So yeah, so now I'm like, it's a full family event, and yeah, it's just like a big tailgate. And I've heard that like the downtown, I've never been to the downtown, but it has like a lot of cute shops and like restaurants and stuff. So
Yes.
that's
No,
mine.
I think so because Jill and I went over to Lake George, which is near
Oh
Saratoga
yeah,
Springs, and we went to the downtown. I think we were in Saratoga Springs downtown, and like there was great shopping, really cute restaurants.
yeah,
So yes, we would love it. We That's a great one. Wrote it down,
yeah,
put it on the list.
yeah. And there's only like a short window, I feel like, for Saratoga, so you gotta plan it.
Yeah. One I did last year that I do recommend to anyone looking to do something in Boston for the day. It's so easy. The Harbor Islands.
What's
It's
oh, is that like Shutter Island?
Yeah, well, yes, but the one that I went to that you can go to for the day, I think is Spectacle Island.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of that.
There's like nothing really to do there. It's like just you walk the island. It's like 2 hours, but you can bring like a picnic. There's a ferry that goes right out of Boston Harbor. It's 30 minutes. I did it last year and I was like, this was a great way to spend my morning. It was literally like, yeah, like a morning. You can get like the 10 a.m.
Oh,
ferry, yeah, and be back by 1.
I always picture those to just be like filled with trash. I don't know. Like, isn't that where
No.
they dump all the trash?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
well,
Well,
yeah, I've never been. Guess I gotta go.
There is like a waste processing center like on one of the islands, but no, it's nice. It's got great views of the city.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Yeah.
little morning, and you can do it with the
Yeah.
kids.
I can't wait. I just can't wait to get outside. I can't wait to be able to do things and
I
not hurt,
know.
for it to not hurt when I go outside.
I
But
really
yeah,
want,
no, that's a good call. We got to keep brainstorming.
yes, like I really want to go to a Red Sox game this year. It's been years.
That would be fun.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, I took Connor and Tyler to, was it last year, I think? Opening day on Patriots Day with my dad and like
Fun.
Kelly's family. It was fun. Yeah.
Did Connor love it?
Yeah, yeah, and I was actually surprised because like I didn't know how they were going to do less Connor, more Tyler, because he was only like 1.5, but he was like just so entertained just looking at all the people that like
Yeah.
he was fine. And again, like whoever made that pitch clock, the games are shorter now, and it is 10 times better.
Uh, Honestly, we everyone just needs to be aware that we don't need to make sporting events longer.
No,
When I was traveling, people said that about football, American football.
yeah,
I remember when we were watching the Super Bowl, they were like, everyone was just saying, American football is 3 hours long. It takes
yeah,
so long. Like, and they made a good point. They were like, soccer, you know exactly how long it's going to, basically, it's the 90 minutes and then whatever the additional time is. But like that time's never that significant. It's like five
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah.
And
No,
I was
that's always been like my biggest gripe with football. It's just like all the stopping kills me.
make events shorter. Let's
Yeah,
advocate for that.
yeah.
But anyway, what do we have to talk about today?
Oh, so I did listen to the Sarah J. Maas Call Her Daddy episode.
Oh, tell me.
Did you listen at all, or did you read any highlights?
No, because you know me, I've only read,
What have you
I'm,
read through the second one?
I haven't even finished the second one. I can't, I like started to read it and I was so close to getting to the point that they get together. And
Oh,
I knew that was like, but I was having a hard time getting through it, which I've heard is a very unpopular opinion because the second book of Sarah J. Maas's The ACOTAR series apparently is like the best one.
see, I don't think
So,
it is. And after listening, so she gave some like good tidbits about like what was going on in her life, and you can kind of see how it like came through in the book. So I'll try not to like do spoilers, but like, so she was talking about she has two kids, a boy and a girl, and she had like a really hard, I don't think it was like a hard pregnancy, but just like a bad experience with like doctors with her son, like just dismissing her. And like she was saying, she just like I respected that she was like, honestly, I love my kids. I'm so glad I had them, but like I hated being pregnant. Like I hated going to appointments all the time. I hate going to the doctor. Always felt like I was getting a test every time I
mm,
went. Like you're so anxious. And then I guess she had to have like her son was 2 weeks late. She had to have an emergency C-section, and the doctor that did it was just like lazy and like didn't care and like cut her like way too high up and like messed up her stomach.
no,
And yeah, and like the doctors were just like, just dismissing her and stuff like that. And it was like an awful recovery. And she had like a lot of like mental health stuff after that. And then when she had her daughter, they moved and she went to like a totally new doctor. She said when the doctor saw her scar, she had to like walk out of the room. She was like, that is horrifying that someone did
that's
that to you.
crazy.
Yeah.
First off, 2 weeks late. My
I
God.
know. Ugh. Yeah,
Woof.
that sucks.
I won't go on like too much of a tangent, but I will say I just listened to this episode of The Daily and they were talking about women who are getting C-sections. It's like primarily C-sections. And they were talking about how for like 10% of women, anesthesia does not work or it doesn't work
Mm,
to full effect. And they were telling these
mm,
like horrific stories of these women. One was a medical professional and she was going for she was having her first baby. It was a C-section. And she was telling the doctors, she's like, I know what I'm talking about. This is not right. Like I can feel this.
yeah,
And every single like story that they talked about, the women brought it up to the doctors and the doctors were dismissing them. They were like, no,
yeah,
no, no, you're feeling pressure right now. That's what you're feeling. And it's like, no, they were feeling the actual pain. It
yeah.
was
That's so scary.
horrific.
Yeah.
So
I've heard of
anyway,
that. I've heard of
just
that happening.
you have, oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God. And they said it happens most with what's the thing,
Epidural.
epidural. Yeah. If like you don't, something about that, if you can feel even a little bit or something, like that's an indicator that the anesthesia won't work fully. I can't
Yeah.
remember, but
Yeah. No, I mean, I've heard of people like the epidural doesn't work. There's like varying degrees.
mm, but I mean, not surprised that she's reporting a bad experience. We need to do better.
Yeah, I know. So she was going through a lot of that when she was writing, I think, Mist and Fury. And then you'll see like later in the books, I forget which, I think it's the maybe the most recent, like there's a very difficult like birth scene. And
Mm.
so it's not surprising. And then yeah, she said she's also just been having a lot of like I think because she kind of like shot to stardom, like she got a lot of success and she was like I felt like I was almost like having a breakdown and like a panic attack all the time because I was like, I don't want to mess this up, you know? Like I don't want like
Yeah.
I finally achieved like what I want, but like I it's hard to listen to people on the internet or whatever. Like, she's like, if I make one wrong mistake, like it could all come apart. And I think she just had like a lot of struggles with that. So she's been in like therapy and stuff like that. And I think that's why Silver Flame, that's the latest one I think, came out in 2021. And that's why like that there hasn't been one until this year.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I like that she's so transparent.
Same. I know. She was like cool. I was like, wow, I did not expect her to be so like normal. I don't know if that's bad of me, but
Fantasy authors fascinate me. I mean, I think this, like
oh
the
yeah.
original being J.K. Rowling, which obviously she's very controversial, but at the end of the day, she created this whole world, you know? It's
Yeah.
so wild.
Yeah. So another like really interesting thing is she was saying like the way she writes, like she doesn't know like the ending. She was like especially like the first book, she called it like headlight writing or something, where you're like only just writing like what's in front of you. Like you don't really have the full story planned out. And that's
Interesting.
and that's why like she was like she kept explaining it like the story just pours out of her, and like she doesn't
Hmm.
really have full control over like she doesn't know where it's gonna go until she's like writing it. And she said
Hmm.
like when she wrote the scene where Feyre meets Reese, she was like, "Oh shit, like this something might change here." Like
Oh,
yeah, and like while she was writing it, that's when she was like, "Oh, wait, maybe like maybe Tamlin won't work out." Something like that.
no
Pretty
way.
interesting.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, because you know what, when I was reading the series, I remember telling, I think you and Gina, that I liked Tamlin. Like the first book, I was
Yeah.
all in on Tamlin,
Yeah,
but
everyone was.
everyone was. I mean, there was a reason. He was very likable. And yeah, it's almost like a Dawson's Creek-esque parallel where it felt
Yeah,
like season one.
great comparison.
Thank you. Like Dawson, what we thought that he was going to be, him and Joey were endgame.
Mm-hmm.
The character
Mm-hmm.
you introduce first, I feel like typically in a love story-esque thing, the first man introduced generally, I feel, is the one that
Oh
they want you
yeah,
to end up with.
like 9.9 times out of 10.
Right. And like there's the rogue, all of a sudden Pacey Witter has like the best chemistry with, Joey ever.
Yeah,
So we have to make a change. And that's funny that she called that out because you could feel that change in the book. And I remember
yeah,
being confused on book 2 being like, shoot, who do I like root for here?
same. I know. Yeah, and she was just saying like, and she kind of like stuck with it because she was like, I mean, this is like reality. A lot of times, like people are with someone and it's really quick and really intense and like think they're gonna get married and then like it doesn't work out for whatever reason. So yeah, she was like, so she kept it in, but yeah, that was interesting. I'm trying to think of what else she said. She talked about, oh, then so the next one, I'm like dying to know whose perspective it is from. She did not say, but it's gonna be so it's like two parts almost. It's one book, but like two parts. So like the
Mm.
part that comes out in October is like part one, and then like the part so it's gonna be like kind of one book. She was like, it's not like a book and then a book. It's like one book that's just coming out like half and half because like which I didn't even know. Like apparently you have to be like you can only have under a certain number of pages, which makes sense because of like the glue on the book. Like literally, like they can't hold a certain number of
Oh,
pages. So that like that she was like, I didn't want that to like confine it.
yeah.
Oh, and she said that she this summer, so she wrote it this past summer. She hasn't really like she's had a lot going on and like hasn't really been in the space, but she's like had it on her mind and she's been thinking about writing the next one. And then she went to Montana this summer and there was she was like, it must have been some like cosmic energy, that they say like happens in Montana with like the stars or whatever. And she
Hmm.
was like, all of a sudden, like I just sat down and it just like poured out and she
That
wrote
is
the whole thing.
so crazy.
Isn't it?
Yes, I want to know what that feels like.
I know. I know.
I'm so curious about that. How does something just like pour out of you, these ideas? She does not, like I said, I didn't listen to the recording, but I did see like a quick clip. She looks younger than I thought she was. She's
Yeah,
like our
same.
age,
Yeah, she said she was almost 40.
almost 40. Yeah,
Yeah.
she looks young.
Yeah, I know. So she started writing, I guess, when she was like 16. She wrote the first Thorn of, or what is it, the Throne of Glass? Yeah, I haven't read that one. Oh, and then they asked about the TV show, and she said it sounds
Oh,
like she didn't say a ton, but she was like, I can't really, like, I'm not going to get into this because it's a whole thing. But I mean, similar to Taylor, it sounds like all comes back to Taylor. It sounds like
obviously.
she had like struggles with like the rights, and she was like, it took me a while to own the rights to the book and like 100%. And she was like, and I didn't want to have like a series until I had like the rights. And she was like, if there's going to be a series, like I want to be like, in control of it and not just like
Yeah.
someone else making the decisions. So that's why there hasn't been a series yet. But like, I think like at the drop of a dime, anyone would start one when she's ready.
I can understand that. I would have a very
Yeah.
hard time relinquishing control over my characters, my books. Like I
Yeah.
would want to be fully involved. I feel like Jenny Han,
Summer I
the
Turned Pretty.
yes, Summer I Turned Pretty creator, she was like incredibly involved in that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's like the type of control I would want. Like
I
because
feel like
there's
J.K. Rowling was, right?
yeah, I think so. I remember
Yeah.
her saying like it was important to her that everyone cast was a British actor,
Mhm.
like certain things like that. I mean, I get it though, you know?
Yeah. No, same. Yeah, 100%. It's better. Like that's better for the viewer.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of TV shows, have you watched Summer House?
Yeah. Did you?
I did.
Mm. Not a lot happened.
Not a lot happened, but I feel like I really am enjoying this season so far. I think the big thing is the big storyline right now seems to be, besides, Kyle and Amanda, Jesse, West,
Mm.
Sierra, the love triangle.
Hmm.
I thought that Jesse and Sierra's conversation this week was pretty interesting, about that, like when
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
addressed it with him. I feel like the problem of Sierra's like whole mindset of feeling like she was upset by the fact that I didn't, let me back up. Basically, Sierra was saying to Jesse, like, I'm upset that you just told West that you just want to make out with me because she has this insecurity about being seen as just like this hot, babe, and people want to get with her, but then they never want to be with her. So she was like, if you had told me that like you want to take me on a date, that would be different than just like making out as a joke.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like the most relatable problem, and I don't think most people
Yeah.
would feel like, oh, I'm just so hot that I don't want to feel like
Yeah.
I'm just a sex symbol. Like it's
Yeah.
easy to be like, okay, boo hoo, Sierra. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
Cry me a river. But then when she explained it, I actually felt really bad for her.
Yeah. No, I did. I mean, I believe that she like feels that way.
I do too.
Um, and yeah, it is a little bit like Cry Me a River, but like I can also empathize. Like, I mean, I can't empathize with that, but like I wish I could.
No, heard.
But I did
Same.
believe her.
I believed her, and I felt bad when she said like no one wants to be with me. Like they just want to get with
Yeah.
me and no one wants to be with me. And that's like my insecurity. I'm like, "Oh, that's sad. That would make me
Yeah.
feel bad about myself. Like what's wrong with me? Why like you want to cuz obviously like she is so gorgeous. Like she is
Yeah.
a gorgeous girl.
Oh, I know. She is. And she's funny. She's got a great personality too.
She's so funny. She's like and she's really showing up for the parties. Like she puts on she's a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, totally. But like I will say though, to like throw Jesse a bone, like their whole relationship is kind of like jokey. And
Yeah, that's true.
like sometimes I feel bad for Jesse because he like I felt like when they were talking at the end, he was like blindsided. Like he had no idea.
Yes.
And I did believe that. Like he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel like that." Like, and I feel like that happened a lot with Lexi last season.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and with Lexi too, I'm like, I feel bad for him because it's like, I don't know. I can kind of see why he does. Like, yeah, he goes a little too far and stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't know. He must not have had a good like female role model in his life or something like that. I feel like he just doesn't understand women.
I feel like he doesn't understand women. Yeah. And I mean, I do think that like the way he explained it of I was trying to do right by my buddy and like go through the
Yeah,
correct order of operations. I can understand as a friend being like, come to me first before you go to Sierra. It's just messy because they're all friends, but I actually
yeah,
do understand why he felt like it was right for him to try to like clear it with West.
yeah, yeah. That's
So
true.
Like I wasn't that upset by that part. I am still annoyed by the fact that Wes can't just like grow a pair and tell Jesse face to face without saying like, "Oh, everyone else thinks it's so crazy you asked that." I hate that shit. Like just take ownership of the fact that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't like it. Just tell your
Yeah.
friend you don't like it.
Man up. Yeah.
Man up, but he can't do that.
Yeah. And I feel like Sierra would like that. Like if I was her, that's what I would want.
Totally. And the only thing that was annoying about the whole scenario and like the game of telephone was that Lindsay Hubbard, as much as I love having her back on my screen, she did miscommunicate to Sierra that West didn't care. When she told Sierra, she goes, "Oh, yeah, West was like, I don't give a fuck." West cared.
Oh, I kind of missed that.
No, so see, because when Lindsay told Sierra, she did say, like, Jesse just said it as a joke. And she was like, Wes, when he told me, Wes was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And that
Mhm.
really upset Sierra. Sierra in her confessional was like, most upset about the fact that Wes said he didn't care, which wasn't true. That was just like miscommunication by Lindsay,
Yeah.
like not reading the situation correctly.
Yeah.
And that was a bummer because I wanted to like scream to my through my TV, like Sierra, he cared. He's
Yeah.
upset.
It's so frustrating.
I know. And she thinks that he doesn't, which is like, ugh, it's just like adding more fuel to the fire that like she doesn't want to be with West and I want them together.
I know. What's going to happen with that? I feel like they are going to get together.
Okay, preview for next episode. He looked drunkety drunk, but he was saying to, I think, Ben, like he was explaining their scenario and he was like, Ben, when we first started getting together, it was like dreamy. And he was like, I do miss her. So I think that
Oh.
they're getting closer.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I'm way more into that than like Amanda and Kyle. I'm kind of over that.
Yeah, I think,
There's not much to say.
not much to say. I mean, Carl
Um,
is trying. He's not really bringing a whole bunch to the season
mm,
this.
no. I mean, that party theme was so losery. I'm sorry. Renaissance? Like, what were they thinking?
Well, it was also because like corny because Carl was like, this is going to be the best theme that we've ever done.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Yeah,
I'm
not the
sorry. I mean,
best.
he's nice and stuff, but like, yeah, no, he's like definitely someone who's very into like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And I like the new players. Like I like the new people in the cast.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
what do you think of that girl, Dara?
Oh yeah, I thought that was so. I felt like I thought KJ was like really cute with her. Like he was like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty," and like it seemed genuine that he was kind of like swept off his feet by her a little bit and
Yeah.
was like really into it. And I liked their date, but like at the date. But like if you watch the show, she was also like flirting with Ben. So I think they met because she went to Ben's like singles bachelor party or whatever because she was Wes's friend.
Yeah.
And I think like Ben like didn't remember meeting her or something. He was like so drunk. He was like blacked out. He didn't remember her. But then she was still like definitely flirting with him at that party too.
Mm.
And like remember she was like going in his room and stuff. And
Oh
then when they were on
yeah.
the date, she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not into Ben at all. Like I'm into you." I was like, "You were definitely into Ben yesterday, but we'll
Yeah,
let it
yeah,
slide.
yeah.
We'll let it slide." But otherwise, I mean, I liked her. She's very pretty.
Yeah, I liked her too. I liked the date with KJ. I like KJ.
Me too. Yeah, he's cute.
He's really cute. So I would like to see that happen, but agreed. I thought like she wasn't a Ben. I mean, I guess like when someone asks you, like maybe she's just trying to like
Yeah, I could see in
preserve
that
his feelings.
scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, but agreed. I definitely got that same vibe.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what's with Ben. I feel like I don't know if he's picky or he's just not looking for a girlfriend or what, but I would move on from him if I were her.
Yeah, same. I mean, I think he's vibing with Amanda, but
I know. I know.
I could be projecting. So
Yeah. I don't think anything major will happen this season with
agreed.
that.
Should we let everyone know that we're going to listen to the Harry Styles album and
Oh yeah.
maybe we review it on our Friday episode?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would be good. I like totally meant to listen to it on Friday, but I just got like swept away with work. Have you listened to any of it?
No.
I listened to some. It reminded me of, I think was it Swag, where I was like, I feel like I can't understand what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I know, which like sucks because like my favorite thing about Harry is his voice is like
Same.
so sexy. It's so beautiful. Like night changes, like his voice is amazing. There's nothing
I'm
better.
so
Even like
good.
Sign of the Times, like even some of his songs, but like so yeah, it's like it's weird. He's like I can't really hear him singing like the lyrics very clearly, but
Hmm.
I mean, it's definitely very cohesive and it's like new and it's fresh and it feels hairy. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'm
I need more
excited to
time.
give it a listen for sure.
Yeah, yeah, need more time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we hope everyone has a great week and we'll be back on Wednesday. We are going to be talking March Madness. We have Brittany's cousin Taylor. You guys know her. She's a friend of the pod, been on a couple of times at this point.
Hmm.
So she's going to break down March Madness and what to expect this year. So stay tuned
Hmm.
for that.
Make sure to like us, follow us, comment at us at snitchinpod on TikTok and Instagram. Go to our website, snitchinpodcast.com, and tell everyone you know about us.
Bye.
Bye.